And we continue learning Dirshu Mishna Berurah Hilchais Kriyas HaTorah Siman Kof Mem Aleph. We pick it up with Sif Gimel. Says the Machaber Yishnoigin Lahamid Misha Makra Lo'ila Mila B'Mila. There are those that have the minhag to literally stand Misha Makra Lo'ila, one who's getting the Aliyah, Mila B'Mila, word for word. V'achar Shegoymer HaMakra, and after the one who calls up finishes, continues the Machaber Hamila Imra Ha'ila. Then the Oila says, so an interesting minhag that they would go back and forth between seemingly the Shliach Sibur and the one that got the Aliyah. Says the Mishnah Berurah V'achar Shegoymer Sivkatan Yudalid Ratzalaymar. Says the Mishnah Berurah, what does this mean? The key even chain Imrim Shneim B'Vazachas. Since they do not say it at one time, like Chashash Tveikala Mishtami. There's no issue of worrying that, wait, you can't hear two voices at the same time. Because they're not saying it at the same time. They're saying it one, and then they're saying the next. So Dirshu over here points out, what's the story if the Sheikh Sibur is not Baki, Beniganu B'Taimim? So the Ramban Kaf Mem Gimel is going to teach us those that have the minhag that he reads from a Chumash, and the one who gets the Aliyah reads after him from the Sefer Torah. Meaning, one guy is going to stand there leaning for the Chumash, and the next guy, the one who's getting the Aliyah, is going to go and actually say it in the Torah. Says the Mishnah Berurah, and nowadays the minhag is one reads from the Chumash quietly, the Sheikh Sibur reads from him from his Sefer Torah. And this is basically what you'll see happening in shuls when there isn't someone who knows the laning, so someone helps him with the Chumash. Says the Dirshu over here, quoting on Mishnah Berurah, because it's a chash that people do not know how to learn Sefer Torah, even when someone reads something for Chumash. That's the reason why the Mishnah Berurah is commenting that we don't have that each person who gets the Aliyah does this, but rather the Baal Kairi leans in the Torah with someone helping him. We continue into Sif Dalid. Says the Machaber Sheikh Sibur writes to Levarich La'atzma V'likros Asar Shi'amad Achar Etzlai. You have to have someone else. You always need to have another person there at the time of Kriyas HaTorah. And from here we're seeing that when we're laning, we're really mimicking what happened at the time of Matan Torah. Says the Mishnah Berurah Sivkata Tazayin Ali Dei Sirser, until with a gabbai on the side. Says the Mishnah Berurah, V'hu Moshe Rabbeinu Olav Shalom. So the gabbai is like Moshe Rabbeinu, that he's standing between HaKadosh Baruch Hu, between the people. Similarly, between the one who's laning the Torah and between the one hearing the Torah, you need to have someone who's calling everyone out for the Aliyah like Moshe Rabbeinu. So Lena Gvai the Sirsa says Mishnah Berurah Sivkata Tazayin. Says Mishnah Berurah, either the Gabbai or the one that bought the rights stands next to the Sefer Torah. Sgan. This is the Sgan, the guy next to the Torah, Kadeshi Gimel. So we have three people. Hainu Shezganu Kaviyachol b'Makom Hashem Yisbarach. The Sgan is in the place of Hashem. Shumetzav Likra Yisachom Yishayirtzeh. He tells each person who's going to be the one to lean. V'akayrei in the Baal Kairi who has Sarsur b'Makom Moshe. So again, a little bit clearer. I said before that the Gabbai is the Makom Moshe Rabbeinu. No, the Gabbai is the Makom HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The Baal Kairei is the Makom Moshe Rabbeinu. The one getting the Aliyah, who Amikabel, he's accepting b'Makom Kol Yisrael B'Shechusam. So an incredible portrayal when we realize what is going on at every Aliyah. We have Kaviyachal Kadosh Baruch Hu Moshe Rabbeinu and Gans Klal Yisrael accepting the Torah. Be'emezeu minhag kadmainim. This was the original minhag, says Mishnah Berurah. You have the guy getting the Aliyah, you have the Baal Kairei, and you have the Gabbai all standing by the Torah. But over there, so we're having a slightly different reason for this. Because you don't want to have, it's not proper just to have one person standing there, Ella. But rather, it's not covered just to have one person. So you have one on the right and one on the left, like the Avos. Ish nichmadu b'al ma'asim tovim. We see from here that the gabbai, the person who's going to be calling up, has to be a proper person, one with correct deeds. V'das abriyas neichem, and people like him. Why? Because he's the one that's choosing who gets the aliyos, and we don't want him to choose that people are going to think and people are going to say he's doing it for his own honor, etc. Everyone should judge him favorably. And if there's a mistake, just assume that he made a mistake in weighing what should come first, but not that he actually had any malicious intents. Let's say, okay, someone gets an aliyah that shouldn't have. So we think that he's doing it just to anger. If you have a little bit of yiras Hashem, don't say anything. Im karot michaymer tipais ruchai ben goyvik sei khvayde ke kharasara alachas kamba kamba shishalachas khvayda makaim baruchu lechvayde teira kedaisha shalasais sharurel al yedei that shouldn't cause any issues. Mavra midaisav, of course, mavra lo kopashav. So even though it's bothering you and you want to say something, says Mishna Berurah, keep your mouth shut. Someone causes a fight. So now we have the reverse. The people should accept. The people should be judging favorably. The people should not say anything. Let's say it happens. Someone blows up. What should now the gabbai do? Accept it quietly. You want to be from those that accept insults. Someone upset the scan and he walked out. You should get punished. Okay, someone sinned, so you're walking out. What a bizayon to walk away from the Sefer Torah. A bit of chizik and the appropriate kavod at Torah. We continue with Sifei, says Machaber, Ein Tzibur Shayin Lanis Amen. You don't say Amen till you're the bracha of Ein HaKayir. Rashi Likers Batayra. He doesn't start laning Amen Sibur. Similar to what we learned by Berachos Kehanim. There's a synchronization that is necessary between the people, between the Balkaire, the Aliyah, the bracha, etc. Amen Mipiyat Sibur. Vafil Yishanashim Shamarichem Be'Amen. Sarach Lantalei. If someone says Amen too long, you gotta wait for them. Daha. Kula tzrich l'shmaya hakriya. They all have to hear the laning, so you have to wait for them before you start laning. Lochein tzarich hakari lahamten afilu al miya chigmur amein v'achar kachiyas l'kri, waiting for a few people. Kasra achreinim shaminik shakari ayna amein imat zibur b'kol ram. The minig is that the Balkari answers amein with the zibur loud. Umachach like sas yoser min asibur, and he goes a little bit longer than the zibur. Why? So they hear when the Balkari finishes his amein, they know that he's about to start the laning. And it is good. You should wait a moment. It's talking about the Balkari. You should wait a moment between his amein and the beginning of the reading. Why? So we have to be careful that the amin is its entity, the laning is its entity, etc. And we conclude today with Sif, let's see, Sif Vav. That you're allowed to give two brothers aliyahs one after the other. You're allowed to. We don't do it for ayin hara. Says Ramav, let's say he goes shvi to maftir. Common question. Says Ramav, Lo yikra sheni b'shmai b'shem ayin hara. We don't want to call up the second person by his name because that is the ayin hara. Says the Mishna Berurah Chalim Nikra is Perish. What does this mean? There's no iser. And what's the difference if it's Isser or not? That if they did it, they messed up, they called them the two brothers, each come and take that. We don't do this lechatchila due to ayin hara. B'shal ayin hara says Mishmur Tzkatin Yutaz v'naf gemina v'nacham and half oimin ha'eim, full brothers, half brothers. V'afilu oimin shem akmin ayin hara. Even so it says nah, don't worry about ayin hara. Yishbachmirin afilu avi ben benai's grandson b'shem ayin v'isha makam atzerich ish lahatir in ben benai. So there's some who are makel with a grandson. There's a makkah with room to be makel. This is an important case. Often at simchas and whatnot, there is a makkah for kula for a father and a grandson. Sivkat and chaf afilu mechad ratzalayim avshem asikim bekadish beintayim mikol makayim mikrizach. Is that still called, even though there is a kaddish that splits seemingly between the kriya and the maftir? Still says Mishmur it's called one after another because there's no one else. Kivnei masik achar beintayim. No one got an aliyah in the middle. Says Mishnah Berurah. This is only on Shabbos. At the maftir is the same Sefer Torah, so you go straight. But in the scenario they bring in a second Torah, then it is a mutter for the father to get the aliyah right after the child, or the two brothers. Bar mitzvah dayin, which of course they do in Eretz Yisrael, that the bar mitzvah boy gets maftir the week before his bar mitzvah. Then in such a scenario, it wouldn't be a problem giving the father and such a son back to back. Then it would be mutter. Bishmais, if got chaval lafuki makish anagin slowly cross them after Shema. There's some people who don't call them after at all. Rakstam, yeah, my maftir. Kivshein barten as Shema mutter afilu shnei achazeh achazeh oy av ubenoi. So if you don't say the name, then it is mutter. If you usually call with the name al yedei gufa aviyakatve, there people like be like, hey, why didn't you call him up by his name? Because this is his brother. So it's not going to help. So it's all telling you the minhag, whether one has such a minhag or not. And we continue and we conclude with Sif Zayin. Says the Mechaber. 1 second, here it is. Ha'oila le'migdal, ha'oila le'pesach shulai, b'derech sara b'mkamai. You always go the shorter route. When you go down from the aliyah, b'derech acher, shulai b'derech aruka, and mekayma, you take the longer route back. So to the Torah, you take the quickest route. Away from the Torah, you take the longest route. If they're both equal, then go start with the right, then go down the opposite side. Says the Ramah, until the next aliyah is when you go down. Says the Mishnah Berurah, Sif Katan Chav Beis. Why are you walking up on the shorter road? We should cover that tzibur. The tzibur is all waiting. Which of course is a reason we have to be very careful when we make the tzibur wait. Sometimes someone gets an aliyah till he goes up, but there's no. Talacha says when you get the aliyah, you go up quickly. You don't want to prepare like a burden, so when you're leaving, you go the longer route. Big side. Anytime you're going to turn, you don't know which way to go right. Go out a different door. He goes on the right side, and then it could be that the Torah always goes up there, even if it's longer. Nowadays the beams in the middle. Then both sides are equal because they're right there. But then, of course, it's better to go up on the right because go quickly. But don't run. It's not covered basic nest, covered at zebra to start running in the shul. Just to wrap it up with one more Dirshu over here. No, there is no more Dirshu over here. Okay, so we'll pick it up tomorrow, B'siyat Shemaya, the next year, from Kof Mem Aleph, the final few Ramaz in Sif Zayin, and then we'll move into the final Sif Ches. Have a Sif, and then move into the final Sifim Sif Ches.